enterprises have really chugged along for decades with these inefficient processes and data spread all over multiple documents and spreadsheets and disparate databases, and many processes at work, even today, sad to say, they do rely on reams of paper somewhere or the other. Instead of that utopia of streamlined, standardized, digitized, and completely automated processes, what we actually have is this hodgepodge of legacy process pathways and fragmented software ecosystems, and really paper everywhere, right? Paper, if not physical paper, at least PDFs and scans and what have you. And really never has this been so much of a problem before, but it's really come to the forefront in the last 5 quarters as we've dealt with the pandemic. And today, where we sit, two things are increasingly becoming very clear to most companies. The first is that we can no longer function without automation. And the good thing about this is that before the pandemic, a lot of the automation conversations used to be focused on tactical values. So, could I take some cost out of a system or a process? Could I take an FTE out here or there, and so on? And this is no longer the case anymore, because what has started happening is that a strategic conversation has been developing within many forward-thinking organizations, and many organizations that have been badly affected by the pandemic and business continuity ways and all that. The strategic conversation that is taking place today, and it's actually taking place at the boardroom level more than at the operational level, is this more strategic conversation about agility, about business resiliency, and about developing great and differentiated customer experiences using automation, or at least using automation as a fulcrum to kind of pivot around and create value around. And while we say that a lot, the second thing that we're realizing is that that these adaptable technology underpinnings to drive this automation, they are now more and more accessible today than before. It's in a way, it's a bit of a crazy time to be in automation, really, because a lot of the technologies on the kind of, if you think about the vendors or the vendor acquisition landscape and so on that has happened over the last few months and years, what we've seen is that many of these technologies that we typically clubbed into different buckets or categories, right? So digital process automation, robotic process automation, as data manipulation tools like ETL and so on, or cloud and DevOps, and even process intelligence for that matter, they've all fairly rapidly been colliding and crisscrossing and merging into each other to form this loose fabric. Think of it as a kind of a layer above the application layer. And this automation fabric, as I'm calling it, is where increasingly all of the fun stuff is taking place in the enterprise. So processes, process workflows and insights, they are gravitating towards the fabric. Intelligence is getting injected into the fabric when you think about kind of the machine learning components that are increasingly being leveraged by some of these low-code or no-code tools and RPA and so on. Work and handoffs between humans and software, that whole gamut of human to bot or human to software kind of orchestration, even that is migrating to the fabric.